Hey y'all, I'm back and I'm coming at y'all with my prep routine or my prep video on how I keep my nails on for a month or longer. So I try to push back my cuticles as much as I can. Try not to hurt yourself, but also try to push them back as much as you can. So I like using a round drill bit to push back my cuticles a little bit more and to buff out the cuticle area so that everything looks smooth and stuff. This is in real time. Later I'll speed up when I'm done with my thumb and do the rest of my fingers, but this is to show you how light I'm pressing. And sometimes I will go on my skin just in case I have any dry skin on there that I want to get rid of. But yeah, press pretty light so that you don't make any indentations on your natural nails. You want to avoid the little rings of fire or whatever the fuck they're called. Is there anything you guys like to watch while you're doing your nails? I know it takes like a long ass time to do our own nails, and while I'm doing them, I usually watch body cam videos or interrogation videos because I think they're pretty interesting, just, seeing people's business and shit. But, because I'm a chismosa. But, I used to watch makeup murder mystery, like Bailey Syrian. But I just kind of switched to like actual body cam footage and stuff because I wanted to like see more in depth like how the process goes, the criminals like own thought process and stuff. Next, I use a skinny flame drill bit. I like this one because I can go flush against my nail. Also, try to be as flush as possible because you also want to avoid those rings. But, and thinning out your cuticle area because ouch. But yeah, this gets under my cuticle more and gets rid of the extra cuticle. I can be more precise with it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite bits. I really like it. Just be careful with it because it can be pretty pointy, and like if you go too hard, it will dig into your skin, so be careful. And I just keep going until you see how it piles up with a lot of white stuff. Yeah, that's the dead cuticle. And I keep going until that, like, the white dust that comes off. And I look at my nail bed too. I keep going until that comes off. My nail bed looks smooth, and the dust isn't as like opaque as before. And that's usually when I know that all my cuticle's gone. I really need to work on getting an overhead tripod for my phone to record because you literally can't see anything. I'm over here covering everything and gatekeeping shit, like what the
So for the next footage where I'm cutting my cuticles, I'm really sorry for being out of frame. I am still working on that.
Now I'm gonna start cutting my cuticles. It took me a long time to start cutting my cuticles. I am terrified of cutting other people's cuticles. And with mine, like, I just barely started practicing, and I still kind of nip myself every now and then. Like, I don't draw blood, but, you know, I pinch myself because my cuticles aren't that sharp. I use the sharpest cuticle nippers that I have, but make sure that yours are sharp, especially if you're using on a client, because you don't want you to pull the cuticle. That hurts and causes hangnails and possibly infections. But yeah, it took me a long time to start cutting cuticles, and I still don't do it on clients because I am terrified of hurting them. So usually I will use just the drill bit, the circle drill bit, to try to get rid of as much cuticle as I can. And then if there's like excessive cuticle, like a lot, I will cut as much as I can, but I won't cut close to the skin like I'm doing to myself, if that makes sense. Like, if it's super noticeable, I will cut that little bit off, but I won't do like a Russian manicure or nothing like that because I'm terrified of cutting my clients.
Like here, I just pinched myself, and now I'm trying to soothe it.
Next, I'm going in with my 180 grit sanding band. So be really light with the sanding band. I like to get the sides as well, like separately, so that I don't miss any areas, if that makes sense. Like, usually where your nails lift, it's your side walls, right? And your cuticle area. So you want to make sure you have some type of grip on the side walls, but be very light and don't dig into your nails. Try to be as flush as possible. Obviously, don't overdo it. As long as you get rid of like most of the shiny areas, you will be fine. Next, I'll be using equal parts of acetone and alcohol to wipe off all the dust on my nails and dehydrate them. And I do this a second time with another clean wipe so that I could get all the dust off and there's no like leftover dust. Next, I'm going in with a dehydrator and I'm going to be applying that to all my nails. There's two methods that I use when it comes to dehydrator and prep, and I'll show you right now. This is the method I use for gel.
And I'm going in with my Valentino Super Bond. This primer, you put it on, let it dry a bit, and you put on a second coat. It dries pretty quick, so once you're done with like all the nails, you can go in with the second coat right away. Try your best to keep it off your skin and just on your nail plate. Like this nail got flooded with the primer, so I redid it. And second coat. Next, I'm going to go in with my base gel from Beetles. I like doing 2 coats because sometimes I notice that when I do 1 coat, I don't know if it pools or if it just, you know, doesn't stick that well or whatever. But sometimes it leaves some of the prep exposed. So I will go in with 2 coats just in case. Next, I'm gonna show you how I do my acrylic nail prep. I like doing 1 nail at a time because then there's no risk of the client getting lint or oils or, you know, anything on the other nails that I haven't applied the acrylic on. And if they take away their hand from me and touch something, all I have to do is wipe that fresh nail and prep, or dehydrator and prep, without having to, you know, do all the nails. And then if I see lint on one, like redo all the nails, you know what I mean? So when I apply the top coat of the gel, the gel base, just imagine that's an acrylic application. So I'll put the dehydrator, I'll put the primer, I'll do my acrylic application, and then on to the next nail. Dehydrator, primer, application, dehydrator, primer, application, and that will just ensure that you have the best, you know, prime nail. This is especially useful if you have a fidgety client, or, you know, a client that won't keep their hands off of them, if that makes sense. So doing 1 nail at a time absolutely, like, it ensures that your primer is perfect and doesn't have any lint on it, oils, or any risk of it making your nail lift. The only thing about it is that you do have to remember to apply the primer, the dehydrator and the primer right before your next application on the nail, because sometimes I do forget, and I'll like remember as soon as I apply the bead, and I'll have to scrape off the bead, but like you know, take off all that stuff off, all the acrylic off, and redo the nail, because I don't want to risk them popping off, even though my prep is really good. And we're basically done with all the tips and tricks. Once you do all this, your nails will definitely last a month or more than a month, depending on how well you take care of your nails, how much you have your hands in water, and all that other stuff, how much you use lotions, you know. But yes, this is my prep, and my nails last for more than a month. Stay tuned for the gelx application that I'm going to be doing above this prep. It's coming in the next video. Bye!